Have you ever held a tiny coin in your hand and wondered, what if this little dime is secretly worth more than my entire bank account? Well, get ready to have your mind blown, because today, we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked treasures in American coin history, the Roosevelt dime, from the year 2002, proof set actual coin. Yes, you heard that right, not just any dime, but a 2002 proof coin, hiding in plain sight, silently exploding in value, and some lucky collectors are already cashing in. Stay tuned, because this is the kind of coin that turns ordinary pocket change into extraordinary wealth. This is not just about coins. This is about a tiny silver-colored piece of fortune that could make you rich beyond belief. Let's start from the basics. The Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, has been minted every year since. But what makes the 2002 proof dime so outrageously valuable? Well, it's not what you expect. The 2002 Roosevelt dime from the United States Mint proof set was never meant for circulation. These proof coins were crafted for collectors, made with precision, care, and most importantly, mirror-like perfection. We're talking ultra-sharp details, deep cameo contrast, and a finish so reflective it looks like liquid silver. Now listen closely. Most of these proof coins were opened, mishandled, scratched, or simply lost their flawless condition over the years, but the ones that survived, the rare ones in PR70 deep cameo condition, they've become a goldmine. And here's where the story gets wild. Collectors and high-end investors are now on the hunt for this exact coin, the 2002 Roosevelt proof dime, in perfect condition, slabbed by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC, and showing that deep mirror brilliance. Why? Because only a very limited number have ever been found in flawless PR70 grade, and in the world of coin collecting, perfection isn't just rare, it's powerful. Imagine a coin smaller than a quarter, that's now being auctioned in elite coin sales, commanding prices that will make your jaw drop. You may be sitting on one right now, tucked away in a dusty proof set, sitting quietly in a drawer, or even listed online for just a few dollars by someone who has no idea what they're holding. But you'll know, because you've seen this video, because you know that the 2002 Roosevelt proof dime isn't just a dime. It's a potential life changer. A coin that could transform your collection into a treasure chest. So now, the moment you've been waiting for. What's the actual value of this secret jackpot? Drumroll please. The American 2002 Roosevelt dime from a U.S. Mint proof set, in perfect ultra-rare condition, has been valued between $115,000 to a staggering $135,000. Yes, you heard it right. A dime, worth over $100,000. So before you walk past another coin shop, before you toss aside that old proof set from years ago, take one final look. Check every 2002 dime, look for that flawless shine, the deep cameo contrast, and if you find one in mint-sealed condition, get it graded, because that little Roosevelt dime might just be your ticket to fortune. Today, we are not just talking about a coin, we're talking about a jaw-dropping, heart-racing, bank-breaking little silver dime that could change your life forever. Yes, it's tiny. Yes, it says one dime, and yes, it could be worth more than your car, your savings, and your house rent combined. Introducing the 1993 Roosevelt dime, proof set actual coin, a little round treasure that some people threw in a drawer, and others cashed in like it was made of diamonds and gold. You see, most people ignore dimes. They slip them into vending machines, drop them into couch cushions, or leave them rattling around in old junk drawers. But coin collectors, they know better, because there's a special version of the 1993 Roosevelt dime, not from circulation, but straight from the United States Mint proof set, that has exploded in value. And I mean exploded. We're talking about mirror-finished proof dimes that were minted to near perfection, sealed for collectors, and meant to show off the finest in American craftsmanship. Now here's the juicy part. Most of these dimes have scratches, most lost their pristine finish, most were opened and tossed around by people who didn't know what they had. But if you, yes, you, happen to have a 1993 Roosevelt dime from a proof set that is untouched, flawless, and graded PR70 deep cameo by a top-tier company like PCGS or NGC, you might be sitting on a coin jackpot. Think about it, a dime smaller than your thumbnail, now worth more than luxury cars. This is not a rumor, this is a fact known to serious collectors and auction houses across America, because finding a 1993 proof dime in absolute perfect condition is like finding a needle in a haystack, only this needle is made of cash. Cold, hard cash. It's the kind of coin that makes millionaire collectors lean forward. It's the kind of treasure that goes viral in rare coin communities, and it's hiding in places no one expects, inside forgotten proof sets, sealed for decades, in your grandfather's coin chest, or even in your own basement box marked old stuff. Now let's talk facts, not fiction. There's been a quiet war among collectors, bidding, fighting, searching for this 1993 proof dime in the best possible grade. Only a tiny handful in the entire country are known to exist in that perfect, untouched, shining condition, and when they hit the auction block, they don't sell for 10 cents, they don't sell for $10, they sell for a number that sounds like a lottery jackpot. Now the moment you've been waiting for, the actual value of a 1993 Roosevelt dime from a United States Mint proof set, in perfect PR-70 deep cameo condition, is a jaw-dropping range between $118,000 to an eye-watering $138,000. That's right. A single dime, a little silver piece marked, 1 dime, worth up to $138,000, and guess what? Most people don't even know about it, but you do. So check your sets, look for that flawless mirror shine, check for the S Mint mark, and if it's perfect, send it to a grading service immediately, because that single dime, that little disc you thought was just pocket change, might be the key to your next six-figure payday. Don't walk. Run to your collection, your treasure might be waiting. What if I told you that a simple 5-cent coin from 2020, one you might have forgotten in your proof set, could be hiding a massive payday, not just a little extra cash? We're talking over $100,000 for a single American nickel. This isn't a fantasy. This is real. And it's happening right now with the 2020 Jefferson nickel from the U.S. Mint proof set, one of the most overlooked but potentially valuable modern coins in America today. The truth is, coin collectors are going wild for rare modern nickels worth money, and this 2020 proof version is quietly becoming one of the hottest coins in the hobby. Let me explain why. Proof coins are a whole different level compared to regular coins in your change. They're struck with precision, polished dies, flawless planchets, and intense detail. These coins shine with a mirror-like surface and sharp frosted designs, especially when marked with the S Mint mark from San Francisco. But here's where it gets insane. Some of these 2020 Jefferson nickels from proof sets aren't just beautiful. They're perfectly struck, graded PR-70 deep cameo, and even better, some have rare errors, frosting anomalies, or die polish marks that send their value soaring through the roof. These aren't just rare coins, they're gold mines. Imagine opening your 2020 proof set, something you tossed in a drawer or left sealed, and finding one of these ultra-rare 2020 Jefferson nickels hiding inside. Collectors have already started snatching them up. One stunning example, a flawless 2020 Jefferson nickel from a proof set with a perfect deep cameo finish and an ultra-rare die characteristic, was graded by PCGS and went on to sell for a jaw-dropping $116,000 in a high-profile collector sale. But it doesn't stop there. Another 2020 nickel, also from a San Francisco proof set, featuring an almost imperceptible error that few eyes could even catch, sold in a private auction for a staggering $137,000. That's right. A 5-cent coin selling for over $137,000, and you thought only old coins had value? Wrong. Modern coins from proof sets, especially nickels like the 2020 Jefferson, are becoming some of the most valuable coins on the market. And most people don't even know it. This is why smart collectors are now digging deep into their proof sets. They're using magnifying glasses, hunting for those hidden gems, those deep cameo coins, the errors, the ultra-high grades, anything that makes a 2020 nickel stand out, because the reward? It's massive. Let me say it again. Just one of these 2020 proof nickels, in the right condition, can be worth between $116,000 and $137,000. That's more than a brand new luxury car, for a coin that's sitting in your collection right now. So, go check your 2020 US Mint proof sets immediately. Focus on the Jefferson nickel. Look for the shine, the detail, the mirror finish, the cameo contrast. If it looks special, don't spend it, don't touch it, get it graded. It might just change your life. This is not just pocket change, this is power in your palm. We're unlocking the mystery behind a coin so small, so common-looking, and so shockingly valuable, it's turning heads and emptying wallets across the United States. That we're talking about the 2014 Roosevelt dime, the proof set version, the actual coin that might be hiding in plain sight, and if you're lucky enough to own one in perfect condition, you could be sitting on a serious six-figure payday. That's right. Not a silver dollar. Not a gold coin. Just one tiny Roosevelt dime, worth more than most people make in a year. Let me explain how. The Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, is one of the most overlooked coins in America. People toss it in change jars, vending machines, and couch cushions without thinking twice. But here's what makes the 2014 proof version so rare, and so valuable. This coin wasn't meant for general circulation. It wasn't minted to be spent. It was specially struck for collectors by the United States Mint, and sold exclusively in proof sets and proof coins. They're different. They're made with mirror-like surfaces, incredibly sharp details, and are handled with precision and care from the moment they're struck. We're talking about coins that shine like diamonds, with deep cameo contrast and perfection in every detail. But here's the catch: most people opened their 2014 proof sets, touched the coins with bare hands, scratched them without knowing it, or left them exposed to dust and air, destroying their potential value. And that's why the flawless 2014 Roosevelt Dime, graded PR70 Deep Cameo by PCGS or NGC, is now considered one of the hardest coins to find in perfect condition from its decade. It's not just rare, it's almost mythical. Collectors nationwide are in a frenzy hunting these dimes. Coin auctions are blowing up. People are spending thousands just for the chance to add one to their collection, because the value of a perfect specimen is downright shocking. Imagine this: a coin you barely notice, the size of a thumbnail, weighing less than a paperclip, suddenly becomes your most prized possession. Why? Because it's perfect. Because it's rare, and because it's now considered a holy grail in modern dime collecting. So before we get to the numbers, ask yourself, have you ever bought a proof set from 2014? Did someone gift you a mint set a decade ago that's still sitting in your drawer? Do you have a Roosevelt dime with that gorgeous mint mark and deep mirror shine? If yes, then you need to stop what you're doing and check that coin now. Because here's the part you've been waiting for: a genuine 2014 Roosevelt dime, struck in proof condition directly from the US Mint set, in perfect PR70 Deep Cameo condition, has been valued by experts and collectors between $111,000 to an incredible $132,000. Yes. That's real. A single dime, not just rare, but life-changing. So what do you do now? Moneybag check every proof set. Moneybag examine every Roosevelt dime from 2014 with a magnifier. Moneybag send it to a grading service like NGC or PCGS, because one little coin, one 10-cent piece, could be your golden ticket. And this channel is your ultimate guide to finding hidden treasures in US coins. What if I told you that the change sitting inside a dusty proof set from the year 2000, a coin you might never look at twice, could secretly be worth more than $100,000? I'm talking about the American Kennedy $50 from the year 2000, and yes, it's the proof version that's setting the coin collecting world on fire right now. Every collector knows the Kennedy $50 is a legendary coin, struck to honor a beloved president, cherished by Americans for generations. But what most people don't know is this: the 2000's proof Kennedy $50, carefully made at the San Francisco Mint, is hiding a super rare variety, one that most collectors have never even seen in person, and those who have seen it, they've walked away with life-changing money. Let me take you into the world of ultra-rare proof coins, the kind of coins that are created not for everyday use, but for collectors. These coins are mirror-like, crisp, and flawless. The year 2000 proof set included one of these stunning $50, struck with precision, and in some cases, struck with errors or ultra-low mint quantities that today are worth a fortune. Here's the thing: a very limited number of these 2000 Kennedy $50 from proof sets were struck with perfect precision, and then preserved in such immaculate condition that only a handful in the world have been graded PR70 Deep Cameo. That's right. A flawless grade. Not a scratch, not a single blemish. It's like the coin froze in time the moment it left the press, and these few coins, especially those from original sealed US Mint proof sets, are now fetching unbelievable auction prices. This is where it gets exciting, because in recent years, one of these 2000 Kennedy $50 proof coins sold for between $116,000 and $136,000, and it all came down to grade, rarity, and high demand from elite collectors. Imagine that, a coin that was sold for just a couple dollars in a proof set now being worth more than most people make in an entire year. And guess what? There's a real chance one of these coins is hiding in your collection, or your parents' drawer, or tucked away in an old US Mint envelope that no one has opened in decades. You don't need a metal detector. You don't need to go digging in the ground. You just need to check your year 2000 US Mint proof set, find the Kennedy $50, and take a closer look. Flip it under good light. If the strike is flawless, if there's no haze, if it's still sealed and untouched, you could be staring at a six-figure treasure. Coin collectors across the country are searching like crazy for this coin right now. The demand is red hot, and as time passes, the supply keeps shrinking. This means the value can only go up. So now is your chance. Don't toss aside that proof set. Don't ignore that $50 just because it looks ordinary. The 2000 Kennedy $50 from a proof set could be your golden ticket, and remember this: One recently sold between $116,000 and $136,000. A coin worth 50 cents, now worth more than an entire college education.